doing our thing.
We do what we do.
Hello, Yeti Nation. I realized I left you on top of the camera there, Paul, so everybody was watching you play around. But hello, Yeti Nation.
What up, Yeti Nation? What's up, everybody? 2023 Beach, we're underway. We're
It,
on our way.
it's ready to go. So we've had tryouts. You've gotten a chance to I'll make us a little bigger. We're waiting for Coach Tony and Johnny to kick on, but while we're waiting for them, we'll make ourselves a little bit larger here. Well, you're full screen now, pretty much. But yeah, so you had some tryouts and you had some interest. You had a couple guys that can make tryouts. So now that's an interesting thing. With this being semi-pro and men's league, you've got guys that kind of not everybody can make everything, but you are expecting a commitment. Like, how do you balance that? And like when you're finding your players?
It's a very well. The truth of the matter is that if the guys want to be there, they're trying their hardest. We have a great inner core. Our solid core is very committed. You know the new guys. It's going to be something that obviously the more you're there, the more playing time, the more you're going to know. So it's trial by error, and hopefully they understand that by saying I do, you do, and hopefully everybody continues to want to be there. That's what it's. I'm trying my hardest to make sure that you know every aspect is covered where they're taken care of, where we get some food in them and everything like that. Yeah, you want to be there. It's the Nexus Center.
Well,
It's Utica.
that's one thing everybody
It's
talked about
Utica.
though, is it was a pro. So one thing a lot of the PBLA players said was getting to play for the Yeti. There was no like that whole never being there before, never having the music, never come through a fog machine, never had the PA with the replays and the guys talking and the lights and the cannons and the horn and all that. So that was one thing that a lot of the Yeti players talked about was how much they appreciated that because it made things a lot easier for them to adjust to it. But we are getting ready to fire up this year, the NABLL. You guys have some big team changes. Maybe we're not announcing everything yet, but um, there's been a few teams added to the league. I actually talked to the one of the guys from the NABLL board, and I don't want to say an official number. We are starting with their podcast, which will be the NABLL one. We'll be starting, I believe, in the middle of May. We're going to hear some definites. Hopefully, they've got a board meeting this Sunday. Some things will be finalized, but I'm fairly confident we'll be starting the second week in May. That's going to be firing up. So you'll have Yeti Talks. You'll also have the NABLL podcast that we'll be doing on their channel, which will keep everybody up to date with these teams. Now, what is one thing, Paul, that you could say you would was you wish you knew before you started into this endeavor of GMing a team,
One thing I knew.
or wish you knew when you
What's the
started?
one thing I wish I knew? I'll honestly, what is hurting me personally, where I wish I could get, I wish I knew more of the marketing, computer skills. That is definitely a huge. I'm swinging. There might be some misspelled words, and I got to go back and correct them every once in a while. But as far as I'm having fun doing the Instagram things and the Facebook things, but the serious things onto the getting things typed up and everything like that. That ain't me. You want your fields lined and creases and all that stuff. That's what I do. So as far as I wish I knew, and I'm still looking for it. And if somebody's interested, I'm easy to work with in regards to wanting to do some business marketing. I don't know if they need some sort of intern hours or something like that, but if there's interest is out there, I've looked at and expressed some interest about purchasing it. The cost of running these things is nearing 20 grand. As far as it's an investment, it's definitely it's humbling to listen to guys. You had mentioned some of those things. Well, you wonder what? That's what it's all about. what those guys put on the floor, I have to match what those guys putting on the floor. I have to match for them what I expect they deserve.
Your end of it.
Because of the effort. I don't care. I've watched a couple of the Can-Am games. I ain't going on record and saying that we could play in Can-Ams and everything like that. But you want to know what? Let us get warmed up and get our team and everything like that. Would we compete with them? We'd give them a competition. It wouldn't be like at the Stickmakers tournament. And you want to know what? I'm saying that because I think those teams are awesome. I was watching what you streamed the other day, between Onondaga and the Golden Eagles, and let me tell you, there was some. Oh my gosh, great ball! I was watching Yeti run out there. I seen Al Snow do some stuff that Al Snow, it does for Yeti, and there's I know guys that we asked to come play with us that play in the Can-Ams, and as far as obviously they're playing Can-Ams, but the caliber of play in the NABLL, I think, is raising. I think
It's going up.
it's definitely all the way around. Every one of the teams, I can't wait to see what Oswego brings to the table.
That
Oswego is to be something.
Oswego is honestly the team I'm looking forward to seeing the most, and especially at this Battle of the Barge because, and I'm really interested to see how they bounce back if they've got the same core group of guys because by the end of last year that Oswego team was looking good,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then they of course the guys started college, so this is a completely different environment with them being able to make it into the playoffs and everything. They were really
Well,
picking up some
as far
steam.
as I'm not jumping. As far as we got an email throughout the league this past week, as far as Dan was GMing, helping GM, or it was GMing it. But with being in, he's on the Oswego State coaching staff. He had to step aside because the NCAA rules, one conflicts with the other, where in perfect and that's what's awesome about building a program like that. And what Dan has done is Jason Webb and Doc Nelson are right there to take over the reins and set course on the same river, the same lake, as far as the same they're rocking, they're getting ready to rock and roll. Dan's got some great things going on with NCAA regulations. He's not allowed to do college, but
Yeah.
he's allowed to do high school. And as far as Tri City and Oswego and Thousand Islands are trying to get a high school gathering uh, team going, so
Okay.
it's been pretty cool. Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
that
So on the Squaw Smoke there, they also have a junior team. So they came out and played you guys with their high school team, but
yeah,
they have a junior team that is in the Can-Am League. So I'll be interested to see. We'll have to hook up maybe get a youth. I'm not sure if you ever talked to him
absolutely.
before the Battle of the Barge, but
Absolutely,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Well, there was talk of them joining the league as well. I'm not sure what happened.
I believe they are in the league.
They are, as
Yeah,
far as I
no.
know, they
Yeah.
wanted to get with us, but
No,
as
they're
far
the
as
kids
it
I was
was,
talking, the junior team. They have a junior team that's in Can-Am. But I was saying, as far as the older high school age kids, so juniors runs up to what is it, U21? So it's a little
yeah,
different than our high school age group, but
yeah,
there's some good players. It's interesting because it's such a difference between a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old, and
oh,
that's where
big
it
time.
really gets.
Yeah.
Even a
Yeah,
big
well,
16-year-old is still a
you get a
big
16 year
16-year-old.
old, 16-year-old smack talking a 21-year-old. There's chances to be some sort of smack talk back, and you can't have a 16 and a 21-year-old going at
Yeah, you don't want that. So
You don't
absolutely
want
not.
that.
All right, so we will start the. Might as well start our game playing in the background here.
All right.
I got to make you a little smaller now, but
Yeah,
both of
no,
us
too
really.
big. Yeah, take me right almost out of it if you want.
Oh, I'm actually muting them. They're playing
That's
a
where we won. Oh, the wrong way. That's where we won. This is where we won this trophy right there
both.
and there.
I was gonna say
Oh,
both of them.
oh, which one? Which one? Which one? Both of them.
They're both
This
good.
one stays with us, though. This one stays with us, though,
Yes,
forever.
that is a Yeti
That is a
trophy
forever.
through and through. Yeah. See, so we started a little early. We were still a little newer, making sure the streams were going good. They had all the kids out there playing.
Hey, Johnny's on.
We got Coach Johnny on. What's happening, Johnny? Oh, we can't hear you at all. You're muted, Johnny.
He is streaming already.
He's got a partner.
He slicked it.
Everyone's showing their hair today.
That's how we.
I'm playing the game background noise in the back while we're waiting for Johnny to get his
It's
microphone
all
up
about
and running.
business here.
Gotcha.
Charlie's saying, "Yeah, I'm available for a date. If you need a date,
We lost him.
call Charlie."
He just took right off. He
Chuck.
said, "I'm out."
Nope. I seen
that.
Chuck
I
has
see
girlfriend
Patty
here,
Crosby
so
coming
Sorry.
in.
Chuck's
Sorry,
girlfriend. If we did not
This-
know until
yeah, he
today.
didn't.
Unless you didn't watch it, but looks like we got Sully starting out in the crease.
Sully
This is
started.
championship game last year. There he is.
Okay, we've
All
got
right,
two Johnnies
Now we
now.
gotcha.
there we go.
There
Technical
we go.
difficulties all over the place tonight.
Yeah, it happens. We
There's two of you.
Uh,
Just one not there.
tried
yeah.
for the last 25 minutes to get the computer working and finally resorted, just said the heck with it and did it on my phone.
Cell phone it is.
How's everybody? Sorry I'm late.
We're
You
good.
gotta be
We're doing
some-
good. I'm
We're
yeah,
just-
we're just sitting here talking lacrosse and watching box lacrosse. There's definitely no rush here. We were getting excited about the season starting up. What did you think of your tryouts?
I thought they were great. I mean, I love the numbers. They're always up. I mean, the uh the guys, the caliber of guys that are coming out was great to see. The thing that really got me excited, I think, the most was seeing youth. That's one thing we're really into this year. For the last couple of years, we've been very lucky in the talent that we've had, ranging from Rodney Red Eye to Neil Paulus. Some amazing veteran squad already coming through previous Yeti, but now starting to see things take shape. Um, Having some of that veteran leadership in the locker room, putting some theories in place, and really pushing younger guys to step up into filling new roles now that we don't have some of those guys here. I think that now we're going to start to get younger faster. And we're building knowledge on a daily basis. These guys just soak it in left and right. The amount of questions that came at us, throughout tryouts was, just goes to show how excited they are to get back into it. Everybody gave their heart and soul for the entire day. I think we had, um, you know, close to 30 guys on their knees by the time we were done, so you could see they really gave it all. It was a really good turnout. They played hard. And I'm excited to see what Tony and Paul and I can, weasel our way together this year. And, I think we're going to put together a strong team that's going to surprise the heck out of a lot of people this year.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised by the speed and how young and fast. And I can't really say how young they are. Everybody's got helmets on, but judging from the speed that you had out there, it seemed like you guys had a really young group of guys out there. And I know you've got a mix of some of your older guys too, but that was one of the biggest things I took was some of the leadership you might need to replace, but wow, did you guys look fast out there?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's and yeah, you can't take it away. I mean, Brian Gonzola is everywhere, and
Yeah, what
it's
kind of
just,
shape did he come into? Wow, did that PBLA and then
Man, he looks good.
he did. He
looks
looked great.
good.
He's
Yeah.
just a smart, player. He talks. He's a coach's dream. He really is. He brings up the locker room from any dead attitude, to everybody walking out, no matter what the score is, no matter what's going on. Everybody's walking out, laughing, ready to go, and on the same page. And he's such a great guy to have on the team.
Huge, huge. I was pumped to see the as far as we're watching the game as well, and our our three aces are back: Mario, Sully, and Kraz.
I
You
was
know,
Oh,
wondering
that
myself about Kraz because, coming back, he won the championship this year. He's been playing. He's on the Wings practice squad. He looks like he's in phenomenal shape, too. And to
he
see
looked
him
good.
come back, Sully looked good. Diaz, Mario's looking good out there. For me, it's still hard to believe that, Sully's only going into his third year playing goalie.
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it's great. It's so comforting going into a season knowing um, that you don't really have to put a ton of thought into that right away. That we're coming in with the three guys that we were 100% comfortable with last year, that they all understand their role. They just want to pitch in and do what they can to get us what we need to, where we need to be at the end of the year. And the best part is they're all a different look. They all play a different game, and it gives us so much more ammunition as coaches, being able to legitimately walk into any game willing to start any one of the three, and we can base it off of their skill set. Who we're playing.
Yeah, because that is one thing, especially Sully. Sully and Kraz have two very, very different playing styles. So it was
Oh
really
yeah,
funny for me to hear, like when Sully talks about how much he learned from Kraz, and then to watch Mario as he comes along, and he really is a hybrid of the two. He kind of steps out and plays that angle a little more like Kraz likes to hold onto the pipe. Like you're not going to beat Kraz near side very often. Like he holds
no,
on to it tight, and he's very patient. He waits for that extra move. It's a hard thing to do, but when you see, especially with these really fast teams, and they're used to having to, I don't know. It's a very different style, and like you said, you guys having all three goalies, that is a huge thing going forward to it. And I mean, this game right here, as we're watching, you can see Irizarry gets that first goal, and they got off to the first lead. And I mean, one thing that was talked about with a lot of guys from the other team and other teams in your league is the close knit your players. So like you guys have a group from Binghamton. You were talking about Cosmo. We're gonna have the Bing boys on next week, hopefully. But
nice.
we're gonna have DeMays, Jimmy Fay, and Gonzo come on, and that should be an interesting
oh
Yeti talk.
really?
But like
I'm excited to hear that one.
yeah, that's now. Where do you attribute the? Even though you guys come from all these distances, like some of you guys are closer than others, but there is such a family feel to that team. Like when you go to a Yeti thing, everybody's hanging out before or after.
It's great. I mean, it extends so much farther than the parking lot too. For example, it was my birthday the other day on Monday on the 24th, and I looked down and I going through all these Facebook messages because I like to try to get back to everybody, and here's Gonzo's mom writing to me on my birthday, and it's just something that it extends past. Um, and
Is her
more than a
profile
team.
picture still Nick Suits and her?
I don't. Yes.
That my favorite part was all the crap that Gonzo talks about Suits. So then we do a little Facebook stalking and we find the picture. So that's why on Gonzo's you actually see he's a
there's a
chair.
secret bromance going on there.
There is definitely.
Yeah. No. For as much hate as he throws, he loves him that much. I think.
Oh
But
my god,
no.
absolutely. Those guys are like he'll be the first one to tell you, Suits, everybody can count on Suits. Like if you show up, you've always got a place to stay. He's a great guy. But the
You know what though? The kid gets what he deserves sometimes because sometimes he needs a swift kick in the ass. As good of a player as he is, it's sometimes the thing that's going to push him to the next level and make him play a little bit better too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. Between that and everybody says like the dumb stuff that he likes to say sometimes, you're like, hang on, what? As that's like Konzo called him a chair. I was like, we got Josh in the chats. Hi Josh.
What's
We're
up, Josh?
This is actually the championship game from last year, so these guys could make the national tournament. This is the Utica Yeti taking on the Salt City Eels in the Onondaga Arena. Now that is another thing, Johnny. Have you ever have you gotten to play out there before, or was this like one of the first times you've been out to this arena?
This was, well, I mean,
Our
growing up
second time.
hockey wise, I've been in this arena my whole life. Um, but yeah, this was one of my first experiences in here, getting to actually uh, be on the field or be on the bench anyway. Be a part of it. I mean, it's an amazing atmosphere. I mean, the amount of history and the tradition that's shown throughout the plays. You know, it's a place you can go to, work on the thing that you love, and just they welcome you with open arms, and I love that place. It's a great idea, great philosophy behind it, and I wish there were more of them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a yeah, very I don't know, it's one of my favorites. The way they're set up here is pretty sweet. We ended up hooking up, so we are going to be streaming a bunch of their home games. I believe they're I actually don't think any of their home games conflict with any of the Yeti games, so I believe we should be able to catch all of Onondaga's and all of the Utica games with no issues there. So I'm pretty excited about
Oh,
that.
nice,
Yeah, that's
awesome.
awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's nice to see it grow. Now, I mean, here, like you said, you guys. So this was a rough beginning of the game. I mean, you're down 2-0 now, but you guys have not had a lot of time down in the offensive zone, and it really seemed like Salt City was controlling, the tempo kind of at the beginning.
They beat us on
It,
the outlets. The breakouts. They beat us on the breakouts. We're watching. They were running at that point in time, and that's they. I think got up on us 4-0 at one point, and I think all four goals were breakout fast break goals. If if my memory serves me right.
Well, the
yeah,
first, I was gonna say the first one I think was a little bit of a, it was,
No more of a set, but it was at least a 2-on-1 type of
yeah, yeah,
2 on
it was
two
more of
on
a
two
set, but
type
yeah,
of
you guys were
yeah.
struggling with the change and kind of getting guys. It was it was definitely a rough, not the start that you guys were going for. I mean, we all know how this one ended up, but definitely. Now, Johnny, in the locker room, how do you kind of turn this around? Because you're not dealing with like high school kids. I mean, this is a different element together. What do you
no,
attribute to what you guys are doing in there?
these guys have, all the games in our locker room. I don't go into any game, thinking I know more than the guys that are on our field on the bench. It's look at Neil Paulus alone. The amount of knowledge is a wish of some people. But
Yeah. See.
going in and being able,
Oh, sorry. I was
I'm
just saying
sorry.
this isn't. It's not really much of a break here. They score on this one. This is more of a set. This is the
No, yeah.
third goal. Yeah. But that Irizarry, yeah, and that was anyway. Sorry, I didn't interrupt you there, but
No, no, no. And really, at this level, it's more about maintaining attitude in the given situations. Um, going in and reminding guys, you know, you know what how to do this. You know what's going on. You see it yourself. The next step is going out and fixing it, and just getting them to buy in. And we don't have to work that hard to do that. They're all about this. These guys are 100% in. And the next thing is being on the bench. You look down and you see things like, guys coaching each other on the bench. You're getting ready to open your mouth. The next thing you know, you somebody, a captain or a veteran stepping up and they're saying it already for you. So the knowledge is there. It's just about, like I said, maintaining that attitude, pushing guys to strive to reach their peaks during the game, and just trying to be there for their needs during the game too. It's the little things that count. And you see somebody's struggling, hold them back a beat, get them an extra sip, get them a extra shift off, and put them back in and let them go do things 2 times harder than the next shift out. So it's just reading the situation, and That's really what it is. I think that's what makes Tony such a great coach. He reads the situation faster than anybody. It it's scary how fast he's able to react to different things, and it helps you learn and see situations grow on the field. And so I think that's the biggest part, just maintaining, seeing situations come about and maintaining attitude throughout the game, and just getting guys to achieve their highest potential while they're out there.
Yeah, and there we just seen the spark plug got
Yeah,
his momentum changing goal. Now he was out there,
Lightning,
he's flying around pretty good.
Lightning Leota.
Yes.
yeah,
As far as that kid's in the second year of playing box lacrosse. That was his first year of box lacrosse right there. So, and the amount that these guys have put in on the off season, to say not the newbies, but guys that are new to the game, they've been doing national tournaments, going to Nashville. A
Speaking
bunch of them went
speaking
to
of which,
Prague.
why don't we take a rundown real quick of some of the accolades? Because the Bang City team, which is a big chunk of the Yeti players with some other guys for the tournament, they won that Nashville tournament, correct?
Yep. Yeah, a bunch of them went down in Leota, and those guys rented a motorhome and drove a motorhome down to Nashville.
Yeah, yeah. I mean
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
And once again, Greg, that goes back to the team bonding and everything. These guys are doing more, together in the off season, learning each other. So that's where a lot of the a great example. We were just up in Rochester, what, 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, we played the Bats
yeah,
up in Rochester, and I was surprised. I knew Johnny was going to be there. I knew I was going to be there, but all of a sudden I get parked, and all of a sudden, Tony, he runs full time business, and all of a sudden I look in my rearview mirror and I see him getting out of his car, and I was like, awesome. That's
Speak
good. Wow.
speaking of the devil.
Speaking of the devil, hey,
Dude, you don't understand how many times that's happened. That's crazy. Boom.
perfect. I'll be
Those
at
guys.
nothing.
That
How we
was
doing,
pretty
Tony?
timely.
Guys.
That is awesome.
Can you
But
hear
as
me?
far as the family, that's what we're getting at, Greg. Is boom the family atmosphere. I
Can
know
you
what?
hear me?
He closed the business or had somebody running it, and he showed up and he's there.
Yeah, yes,
And
we can hear you, Tony. It's just hard
yep,
over Paul.
yeah, I'm loud right now, but because it comes back to family. These guys are all buying in. Not just myself, Tony, Johnny, Frig, Greg, yourself. It's deep. You got to believe. How bad do you want it? I know every one of these guys that are returning, there's a reason why they're there. There's a reason why these coaches are here, and I'm here is because you want to what? We tasted it, and it was pretty cool to say, what? We won the inaugural, but you want to what? We have a nice banner. Nah, man, I want the big one. I want the big dog.
Yes. Wait.
And
Okay. I missed out on the first half hour. Sorry, I got life
you
got in
don't
the
gotta
way.
be sorry. No sorries. You're here,
What
bro.
what's up? What's up, guys?
What's up there, coach? We're just going to reminiscing last year, watching the championship game and talking Utica Yeti talk.
Okay, here's the deal. Fuck the past.
That's it.
Fuck that shit. Look
23.
into the future. Look
23.
into the future. We're only as good as the youth, man. Right? So let's get these little guys going. You know
We
what I
got
mean?
him
We
going
need
last
young.
night.
We need yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
Tuesdays
what
and
it's all
Thursdays.
about. It's not about us. It's not about the Yeti right now. Yeah, we want to put the best product out there, but it's about the next generation, man. And that's what we're trying to do. That's why they're looking to Utica for the world. We are going to be the hub of the box lacrosse nation in the lower 48. That's what that's always been the dream. That's why I joined in. It's because I had that, same vision as you, Paul. Right?
It's what it's
So
about.
that's all it is. So, we just gotta lead, gotta win, Nobody wants to follow losers, so let's just handle business. Let these young kids, learn that hey, it's a hockey town. I'll give you that. Yeah, Utica hockey, yes, awesome. I could never skate, but box lacrosse is the next best thing, man. Inside that
Absolutely.
rink,
I don't know.
got
I
guys.
happen to actually like box lacrosse better. I think it's and this is a lifelong hockey player, and I've played all over the place, juniors and all that. And I don't know the finesse you get with the lacrosse, how much like just prettier it is because you don't have all that sloppiness with the puck bouncing around.
Well, there's a lot of swooping, and with skates, it's
There's an angle.
yeah, there's no deliberate movements, right? You're kind of like the ice is guiding you, and you're just an edge. But with box lacrosse, you have every intention. You
Well,
can do whatever the
the
fuck
puck
you want.
always comes from one spot. That's where I try to tell everybody. Lacrosse, that's the difference. It's similar to be in the same exact game, except for the puck is always going to come from a low side. With lacrosse, it's going to come from you don't know where.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of having the soft hands with that stick, and why you got so much time. You can do one-handed shots. You can do behind the back shots,
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
shots.
Well,
You
that's the
know,
thing. It's the
yeah.
creator. It's the creator's game. You got to be creative, and like tendencies are tendencies. Like people, but like when you mix it up, it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Wow.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's like that's why it's so fucking fun. It's like
Yeah.
anything's possible.
Well, yeah.
Here's the deal. There's creators and destroyers, and sometimes there's both. But like you want to feed the one, right? Like the one that feed, that's the one that's gonna always be there. So like, yeah, we want to create. We always want to create for sure.
Yeah. You've definitely created a lot of memories out there because it was not the best first half for you guys. I mean, as you can see, what it's 5-2 now, but they actually, I think they pull ahead a little more, and then it kind of starts the comeback kings.
2022. It was a fun day. It was a something that we can remember and live on. The talent that was on the floor, is only gotten better. In regards to the knowledge, I'm watching Chuck Rasachi right there. As far as another kid that went to Nashville and is played in a couple more tournaments on the off season. The guys are putting time in. So hopefully that it comes to help us out with just game knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to give let people know what we're thinking and all that, but yeah,
No, not at
it's
all.
gonna
But
be it's gonna be a totally different season this year. This year it's full throttle.
Well,
You know.
that's one thing
You-
I said
you-
to Johnny is I didn't know if the team looked younger, or if they just came in that good a shape because it looked fast, which is not something that the Yeti
at
were.
tryouts,
Yeah,
well, that's what I like. Is we need to get younger, not older. They talk about the fountain of youth for a reason. Like we all want to be younger, and that's where it comes. Make those young legs. You can't teach that shit. It's like, yeah, they're like little rabbits that just want to skeet everywhere. They're just ready to go.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
That's what we want. Like, we need that energy.
yeah, and even like
Not
Sikosi was on the floor until what after tryouts. He was there until we packed our stuff up, packed the table up, and we're on our way. And Dave was still out on the ground.
well, he's got a little bit of a drive, so he's got to make the most of it. Plus, he's the guy that's going to put in the work. He needs to produce. End of story. I texted BD too, Dirtball. I said you need to produce, and then he didn't even he couldn't try out or whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, put the best product on the floor. I said that the first year and I didn't do it, and I regret that because some guys like didn't show up the second year. But we only got 6 games, and at the beginning, I gave the offense too much credit because I thought they had played together and they knew box lacrosse, and it wasn't the case. But when I first take over teams or come coach a team, it's always defense first. That's what it is, and I'll stick to that because good defense is a really good offense. You know what I mean? So
Well,
like if
def-
if they can't score on you, you can't win. Like you know what I mean? So they can't win. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And they always say
So
defense wins championships because, like you said, if you run a good defense and you get the ball, after one shot, you get the rebound or you knock the ball down, you give your offense that many more possessions. Like you said, you're gonna score.
yeah, but like even if you have the ball on offense, you have five guys. I have six with the goalie.
Yeah.
So there's no disadvantage. I have the advantage. If the ball's on the ground, we have the advantage. So like it's all about defense for me. It's the you take care of your end first, and the goals will come. If you get the loose balls and you're physical, you're gonna win that game. But if you give them free clears and let them bring the fucking ball up, yeah, no, you're basically giving them a chance to win. So I get really frustrated when we don't rag because the offense think that they just want to score, but no, the defense starts the fucking offense, and until they accept that, then we're just gonna be in contention. We're not gonna be champions. So you
I
know,
I liked you said out there that you don't coach men, you don't coach women, you coach warriors. I thought that was probably the best line I've heard there in a while. It's kind of my way of introducing that you so we were out there. You're going to be helping with the women's world team, is that correct, Tony?
correct. Assistant coach defense,
So,
all things defense, which is offense for me. So in order, you know what I mean? You feel me? I just said it right. Like pressure exposes any weakness of any design. So um, for me, defense is the offense. You know, if you pressure and take away the ball, you just created something for yourself. And that's the thing. You have to create advantages in this game. Pick and roll. Oh, I seal you. Now we have a 2-on-1 to the goal. That's an advantage. Using the half as a sixth man or seventh, even if you're including the goalie, that's an advantage. The 10-second count, that's an advantage. What are you doing to create those advantages? Are you taking those opportunities and making the most of them? Some people just want to get on and get off and try to get a goal. But what are you doing to get your teammate a goal? You know what I mean? I'm gonna pressure the shit out of you, and with good knees, that is, and try to get the ball and give it to create something.
uh-oh, Johnny, you put your hand up. Was that intentional?
No, accident. I was nothing.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
My phone's
yes.
giving me warnings. That's gonna die. I gotta go get it.
Here's the deal.
Uh-oh.
Here's the deal. I want NABLL championship this year and a gold medal next year.
I like it.
That's
So,
it.
you made it to the championship. What did you guys feel about how the Nationals went for you guys out there?
We didn't have all our players. Not all of them were totally on board. As you can see, we have ship jumpers and people don't want to throw punch. But hey, you know what? Do your thing. I like your loyalty to yourselves, but as to fucking your coach and your teammates, then you got no loyalty with me. I'd rather take a mercenary that's straight up about what he wants. Yeah, give me money, this, that, and the other thing. Give me Chick-fil-A or fucking chicken sandwich or give me chicken nuggets or good water. I don't care. Come play for the Yeti. We're winners. We want a championship. I'll buy you all the chicken nuggets you want.
I love it. Yes, you guys. I mean, and forever you will have the Upstate inaugural championship.
We want. That's not it. That's not it. This is the third year. Beach. Come on. Takes 3 years to turn around a program. We started a program. The IBLA fizzled out. All the fucking real leaders and visionaries took over the NABLL and made something happen because we believe in box lacrosse in the lower 48. This is this is what we want. This is what we've always wanted is box lacrosse in the lower 48, and it's happening. So
And it's growing. They
our our dreams are coming true, and we're making it accessible to people. Now we just got to get the youth on board and then funnel them to. They grow up so fast, so it doesn't take much. We just got to plant the seed. The seed's been planted. So all we got to do is just win. Legitimize our program. So, and we got all the pieces. Now it's just a little more tic tac toe stuff on the offensive end for us.
Kind of dialing things in a little bit.
Oh, totally. And then like really getting the guys to buy in on the pressure because I haven't seen it lately. Totally haven't seen it lately. People get comfortable, so I have to pressure them a bit.
Pressure changes everything, right?
Even your own players. Yep.
Even your own players, absolutely. Now, this is with this younger team, you're talking X's and O's. But I mean, like, so Blaine is now getting it. What a move that was! Wow, was that Nicky Suits?
I think so.
We'll see it again here. We did this goal by Eric Kiefer, friend of the Yeti. Yeah, let me turn the volume on so I can hear it.
Good time, Nicky Shad.
Yeah, that's
Here it
Suits.
is. Suits getting ready for takeoff. Get the replay here, Shad. Look at this thing.
Shad. That's a Herkimer.
That's a
Bob's
Herkimer guy.
Oh yeah.
Bob's going nuts. That's a Herkimer guy. I just clicked the volume on so everybody could hear it. They could all hear Bob out there with his Herkimeter. That's a Herkimer guy.
Herkimer is going to playoffs this weekend.
Yeah, Herkimer's playing Saturday in the playoffs, correct?
Yep, up in Genesee Community College.
Uh-huh.
Winner goes to the national championship.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Kyler, let's go, buddy. What are you waiting for?
Oh, did I not mention that he was the once a Yeti, but also the leading scorer in NJCAA this year?
Who was?
I already know. Yeah, you don't. I mean, obvious.
Who was? I don't know. Who's the...
Kyler.
Oh.
Kyler Johnson.
Tyler.
Got to get confidence somewhere.
Now,
Let's go.
is Kyler going to be a Yeti this year?
No, he's he plays up in the is that the OCLL or OLL or what?
OLA maybe.
OLA. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably. How old is he now? 21. He's probably
20.
So he's probably in juniors still, but could be. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sure,
Either way.
He's definitely getting looks from other colleges. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This I know.
He's a good lefty. So, gaining experience.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like boys from Akwesasne grew up with a stick, so it's just natural. It's just the grades, and motivation and whatever. That's why JCC is so cool. Gives you another stepping stone when the path isn't just golden for you, right? Like,
absolutely.
Not everybody has the prep school backing and all that or whatever. Some people have a different.
Well, speaking of which, so you had the you just seen the U21 goalie shut down Neil.
Was that Dempsey?
Dempsey on the other side. He's a great goalie. I mean, you're starting to get more of the American kids that do this.
Yeah, no, it just has to be accessible. I give the kid props because it's the most important position in box lacrosse. Don't get me wrong. You can score and you can take the ball away, but when it comes down to it, for me, goals prevented is everything. Like if we're playing chess and you don't take any of my pieces, it's because I'm pressuring the shit out you and I'm taking all yours. You can't score, you can't win. We're playing chess and you don't take any of my pieces, you can't win.
Yeah.
It's because I already put the pressure on you and now you're on your heels. You're on your heels. There's no way to live. You know what I'm saying? So the goalie is the most important person on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I'll eat shots for the goalie. And any goalie that talk to any goalie that I ever played with. He's like, Tony eats shots. I'll step into any shot. and eat it. That way, my goalie doesn't have to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the ball. The best place where I can read it is off of my chest. So I'm gonna eat shots, and I'm not gonna turn my head. I'm gonna play it straight up. You know. So any goalie I ever play with, hopefully they'll tell you, yeah, Tony ate fucking shots for me. You know. So I'm not afraid to eat them. Like my best friend Matty Demain, I grew up with a kid at Dartmouth. Took one to the heart in practice, and past that at nighttime he had like arrhythmia at night, you know. So
Oh.
and then he didn't make it through. So like after I found that was my freshman year in college, and ever since then I just eat shots because I to go out like that doing the thing that you love most, shit, respect. You know, I eat shots.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why, nowadays that's why everybody's got to have those new chest protectors.
Yeah, yeah, fuck that. I used to have one. But in the NLL it's different. Like out here, whatever. Like as far as I'm concerned, man, if I can go out doing
Used
the
to
thing
be
I love to do,
Solomon Onondaga played for Onondaga. What was his name? Freddie Solomon? No, was it? He was a goalie for Onondaga, I believe, and he played at Syracuse. When we used to play in the USCLA, he didn't wear a chest protector.
it's
What?
crazy.
Because that's just what he didn't. They
Yeah,
forced him up in Lake Placid. And this is going back some years. I'm a little bit
yeah.
older than you guys, but going back some years, they forced him. They wouldn't let him play unless he put a chest protector on.
Uh,
And it was, he just was an incredible goalie.
yeah.
Everything, the ball, the stick was on the ball before it hit him. Just
Right.
I'm sure he had some serious bruises.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I think there's an innate uh feeling or urge to hit. Like my body needs to hit another body. Like I need that contact. You know what I mean? I need physicality. Like I crave it. There's the like innate urge to just hit something. Uh, and it's gone away over the years, but at the same time, like I still try to play whenever I can or whenever when it makes sense. My knees will cooperate.
Yeah, you were out there running. They said you were out there running a little bit last weekend, was it?
Legend says,
Legend says. I got
Aha.
pictures. I got pictures of the box.
yeah, I was in the box a couple times, but no, yeah, no. First game, all out, balls out. Second game, you can guys, see me.
It starts to hurt a little bit.
Third and fourth game, I just coached, but you know what? It's for Alfie. It was for Alfie and wooden sticks. So I wish there had been more wooden sticks out there, offense or defense. But um, either way, it's all good for a good cause,
Because
and all the respect in the world to try to keep the tradition alive. It's what it's all about. You
Yeah.
know, we want to. People complain about people not being tough enough, like our kids not being tough enough, and they're all pussies and shit. Well, give them a Woody lacrosse stick and see how tough they can. Because shooting a Woody, it's like 5 times heavier, 10 times heavier than shooting in a. You get sore quick. Sending cross checks with a Woody, all for 20 minutes. It's going to take a toll on your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders. Um, we got to toughen up our the next generation of people because I think we're being soft, and the fact that you know everybody's playing with Tupperware and metal is it's fine, yeah, no, but I think to really keep the traditions alive, we gotta support our stick makers because that is where everything is. It's the creator's game, and he really enjoys it when we play it. And then with the wooden sticks, that's where it came from. So from what I was told in growing up is that Father Sky and Mother Earth we're in between it to take care of it, right? So we've been put here to do it, and then like that wooden stick really kind of connects it all for me.
Yeah. No, there is definitely a difference. I played with a not the full traditional. I had an offset plastic head, but I always played with a short woody shaft. I just like it. I like the feel of it better in your hands. The metal sticks I didn't care for. The composite I don't know if I would. I actually played with wooden hockey sticks after everybody was still playing with the composite ones too.
Yeah, yeah. No, you need a woody.
Yeah.
Offset, non-balanced. You know, if I had a wooden stick when I grew up, it'd be it would be a whole different story because the wooden sticks are off balanced and totally different. You know what I mean? And I didn't get one until I was 23 in playoffs in major series lacrosse up north. But had I had one growing up, shit, it might be a different story. But
Yeah.
no, beach. You need a. We'll
Oh,
make it a thing. We're gonna get you a stick.
We're gonna make something happen.
yeah. No, those sticks are sweet. They're just freaking little out of the price range. What is going on with the glitch? We had him taking the shot. That's what it was. There's somebody soaking a shot for you, Coach Tony.
Yeah, not on purpose though.
Soaking it up.
Come on, a soak for me. A soak is a
it's got
non-voluntary.
it's got to be intentional.
There's a soak and an eat. I want you to eat shots. I don't want you to soak them.
Gotcha.
Because when you soak them, that's non-voluntary. You're like just a product of the fucking shot.
Well,
You
it
eat that,
fired
then I got
everybody up.
respect.
Then you had the game tying goal a couple moments after it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Momentum's everything in box lacrosse, man.
Well,
It's just like hockey.
that's one of the things that's really like the runs that you get in box lacrosse. It's got to be so defeating sometimes to they score three full goals and you're like, what are we doing out here? And yeah, just
Well,
trying to get.
comes down to laziness, condition, all that. Like just being mentally tough. Like nobody should be behind you ever, even on a face-off. That's where it starts. If somebody gets behind you on a face-off, holy shit, we're gonna have a long day. You know what I mean? They should never. Oh, now. Rewind that, beach. Rewind
Sorry,
that.
sorry about that, Bill. That was fun.
Oh yeah, there we go. I think I went back a couple extra minutes, but we'll get it. We're gonna see the shot soak here in a second, and then we'll see that one again. Yeah, it's a little hard to control the player in here. I don't have a real fine controller. I've just got a bar,
Yeah.
like the YouTube bar that slides back and forth. But right there goes the shot soak into the face.
Okay, but even our defense the whole time was shit right there. Nobody was pressuring anybody. It's as soon as we decide that we want to be alpha males and take over their lives and be in their pockets. Watch our defense. Nothing. No pressure. Nothing. Watch. Look at everybody.
How far off the ball we are on the opposite side too.
Just no pressure.
Way out in no man's land.
When you pressure, you take away their decisions to do anything. Like why would I ever let you just run your plays on me? No, our guys just haven't bought in. I think everybody's scared of getting beat.
Yeah,
That's
no,
okay. That's okay. I'll just find somebody else.
I
You
had
know.
I can remember Barry Melrose was my coach growing up as a kid, and that's what he said. He goes, even I can hit any spot in the net if I have all day with the puck. He said, pressure is what turns everybody from being Wayne Gretzky into Wayne Gretzky only being Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know. I
You're gonna
just feel
force.
like
You're
yeah,
gonna
this is a
force
nice dodge.
turnover. It's more than just. It's a mental game. They're not. You continually do the right things. You pressure out. You put a hard check on a hip every single time they go through the middle. It's a long-standing mental game on defense too. You got to play the game within the game, and I think that once we're able to get to Coney's level of everybody pressuring out, knowing that your slide's going to be there. You can apply that pressure because we're on backside type. We're ready to go. And when the guys know that comfort level and start feeling better about themselves and pretty much just decide to grab the nuts and go out and attack, yeah, we'll get scored on a couple times and guys will hopefully will learn the lesson. Push out,
Well, there's a
it's
perfect example
backside
right
tight.
there.
Be ready.
Leota all over that guy, and then look what happens. Ball gets turned out. He sprints down, draws the call.
Yeah, hustle's
Hustle.
everything. Uh, man, I'd rather have a hard worker than a talented player because you know they're gonna get that extra effort. Like, and that's the thing. I think, truthfully, I need Leota to get his head in the right place because I don't know if he's ready to really ball out right now. All I hear is excuses and not explanations. I'll take an explanation. I don't take excuses. So I need I hey, everybody's replaceable, no matter how young you are. You know what I mean? We got young legs, shit, and like so. Leota's got to step up. Everybody's got to step up. I need my leadership. I need BD to start producing. I need Stakosi to start producing. I need my veteran Tri City, Bang City, Utica Yeti leaders to step up because if you can't do that, then like there's got to be somebody else that can. And at this point in my third year here, in our third year here in Utica City, right?
City.
It's not a village. Utica City, the city of Utica, needs a fucking championship, and that's all I've ever wanted. It's gonna happen, and it's just a matter of time. And this is the year. So our guys really need to like mount, regulators. They need to mount up. We're about to ride and dust. We're gonna have a couple dust ups, I think, up there in Watertown. Better have enough water for this dust up. But yeah, no shit. If we're getting a couple boys, I think, join the squad, and if they don't, shit, you know, anything's possible. So I want a championship. Anybody else?
Now,
Anybody else?
you guys are jumping right into the fire feet first, really. I mean, you've got the the Westminster Wild team, the defending national champions, coming in to the battle on the barge to kind of kick things off.
Be the
Yeah,
best. You got to play the best, right?
that's right. Yeah, no,
That's
I
how I
mean,
see it.
hey, we're upstate New York. This is where it is. So why not invite everybody else that's thinks they can bang too? And hey, I give all the respect to them. So
Yeah,
you
huge
know,
props to that team for
absolutely,
all the work
absolutely.
and for driving up for the battle on the barge.
No, I mean, like, dude, it's hard to get a bunch of dudes to like come together and win. So, and you're playing box lacrosse. Hats off, man. For real, like, it's not for everybody. This is for warriors. This is and I just hope that the refs know that, like this ain't no patty cake shit. Because like sometimes I feel like the refs are the third team, and sometimes they don't. Being that it's the lower 48 and it's not Canada, these refs I think need to be let the guys play a little bit sometimes. Um, that's just how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's no, I've heard that quite a few times that they say basically the American box style is a little softer than than you know that
When you, yeah, absolutely. Because when you outlaw woodies, which is like the tradition of the game, and you don't allow them to be used, yeah, it's gonna be softer. And like truthfully, I would rather see a league with all woodies than all plastic sticks. Truthfully, straight up. But that's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
so that was news to me when I see on some of these tournaments no wooden sticks allowed.
yeah, because they want people to play. Yeah, you know, like I don't know. For me, it just I think you should have the option. You know, if you can't pick up a loose ball with a wooden stick, don't play with it. But if you can, play with it. You know, that's where from day one when the French observers started watching lacrosse and hockey, they started changing the rules so that they could play. But that's how assimilation happens, and yeah, okay, well, this, that, and the other, and I don't know. For me, I like I like the nice sticks and all that, but truthfully, they break. They cost too much. I mean, like I can snap one, pretty easily.
I was really
I don't.
impressed at that Stickmakers tournament. There was quite a few guys that were playing offense with a plastic or composite stick or metal stick and then running off and getting their woody and running down the field.
I don't know. Whatever. It's just evolved. Um, it's natural. It's fine, but at the same time, there's a purity and a tradition that we need to keep. And these stick makers, that's their livelihood. It's like Navajo, because I'm Navajo, right? I'm half Navajo. It's like the rug makers, the weavers. Um, that's the way they make money. So we need to like support them, keep the tradition alive. It's the same thing. Wooden sticks, bead making, all these traditional arts and crafts. No, it's just the way.
Remember where it came from and the way it's supposed to be, yeah, played. I,
Yeah, no, it's just it's preserving culture instead of like taking it over and changing all the rules and whatever.
yeah. So you guys down at the down for quite a bit of the first half. And then you got your spark plug really kicks it off there and kind of gets you guys going a couple times. What is it about these transition goals that just gets everybody all fired up?
Um, it's a momentum swing, like the if you can find a one on a goalie or a 2-on-1, it's exciting. Um, you boil it down to opportunity. If you don't have to do this 5-on-5 thing and try to figure it out, getting a nice release, an early release, and a long ball from a goalie, it's pretty cool to see, and then you bury your opportunities. That's why I always tell my players, you got to make your layups first, because when you get that opportunity, everybody's watching. You're not going to pull up at the half and shoot a 3-pointer on a fast break in lacrosse because you have a goalie. In basketball, you might pull up for a logo shot because there's no goalie. You know what I mean? So yeah, you gotta make your layups. That's why everything's and then if the goalie makes a nice save, then accolades to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's so exciting.
Yeah, and looking for that the rebounds. So somebody I was talking to when I first started watching box lacrosse explained the rebounds essentially. Now, how do you guys feel the rebound off the goalie's pad really affects your playing for indoor and outdoor lacrosse?
What do you mean, like like?
Like just the so like everybody always talks about how box lacrosse is helpful because of there's less time and there's less space. But I had somebody tell me once that they think the rebound is the biggest just because it teaches the guys to get ground balls in traffic, having to deal with a defenseman there cross checking you out of the way.
All right, so I was never good at math, but I'm good at geometry. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you like shapes.
I know angles. I can't tell you. See, here's the deal. If you find a hot chick, right, 1 + 1 = 3, and you're gonna have a baby. It don't equal 2, right? That's my math. You know what I'm saying? Here's the other thing. Geometry is angles. It's not math to me. So if I can read a ball, if I know it's going to be a high bounce or a low bounce with the rubber spinning on turf or concrete, and I know the different conditions. Is it humid? Those are it's like physics and karma and good luck all in one. That's what box lacrosse is like it's like a tornado of like just everything, and you got to figure it out. And I always tell my players, lacrosse is like a song. Every step on the floor matters. It should sound good. You shouldn't just be running in circles, and it would just sound horrible, you know. But if you have every step planned and you know how many steps it takes to get to a slide or to the box or to the midline, that's beautiful music with each note being a step on the floor. So it's like you don't want to go out there and not know the song. you know, and it just takes practice, just like anything.
Coach Johnny, what do you think the biggest difference, or I guess the biggest plus for trying to get younger guys to play box instead of just playing field?
I think all around, I think just like I have a nephew that's coming up from Mississippi. They just won state championship down in Mississippi, and he came up last year. He got to see, the Yeti, and we were actually just talking about this the other day, and pretty much telling him that not always will a good field player make it in the box world, uh, but odds are a great box player will definitely make a good field player. And that's just how I feel. I mean, box just it really makes you focus on the little things. Catching in tight places, being able to finish with people on top of you, running your ass off on and off the floor, whether it's full field to get back on defense or just a hard dead sprint to the box to get off so that we can transition. And it really encompasses all of the aspects of field that really allows you to continue to refine where I just think field, there's just so much open space. It allows guys to get lazy. It allows guys to get comfortable. And in a box, there's really just so much going on that you always have to have your head on a swivel. You always have to be active. Five guys on the field, and odds are you're either touching the ball or involved in a big play every single shift. And you can't say that in field.
Mhm. I feel like if you like basketball, you're gonna like box. If you like soccer, you're gonna like field, and vice versa. It's just a whole different pace. Like in box, you need to be ready to go. You know what I mean? In field, it's like, are you ready to go? You know, there's just that whole different like pace of the game, where it's just it's different. It's there's the ball doesn't go out of bounds in box like it. If it does, it's off of a shot that didn't hit the goal or hit the crossbar, and it's gone. But the ball's in play, yeah. So it's just that whole different game. I think it's a different sport, personally. I mean, see, here's the deal. So like with this U.S. women's box team, we're getting elite athletes at a high level, but have never worn a helmet. Have never worn ribs, shoulders, slashers, elbows, and gloves like foamy gloves. It is a different game, right? Like
Well, plus
it's
a
it's
different stick for the women too, though. I mean, that's got to be wicked challenging.
yeah, but not even like I mean even field players. You look at the PLL; they're wearing a helmet and maybe some cups on the elbows and some gloves. They're not wearing ribbies. They're not wearing pads. It's a different game. So for me, it's a whole different sport. The whole mentality is different. Yeah, there's some X's and O's and pressure this and half court this and but um, the fact that there's rebounds and you can pass the ball off a wall. I got beat by a pass off of a wall. Jeff Shatler shook me in Nations Cup one time. Mikey Thompson made the save. Thank you, Mikey. But no, they threw a ball off the wall, caught it on a rebound. I got backdoored by Shatler, and Mikey made the save. But still, you can't do that in the field. You know what I mean? It's a different sport. It's the same game, sort of, but I feel like it's a different sport. Like you can't cross check in field lacrosse. You know, women's lacrosse. It's a different sport. So that's gonna be the challenge with the USA team. It's getting them to like invite the physicality, which is kind of cool.
And just get used to looking through a helmet.
Yeah, you know, like I think they're probably used to lightweight stuff. I mean, the jerseys have come a long way too with us, but sleeves, like long sleeves, and for me, when I made the change, that was a big. I always try to cuff them up, put them over my elbows. I don't think they like that, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah, it is funny those little things you think about though, but wearing a pair of lacrosse gloves, whereas for like all these guys, even the guys that you have that didn't play box, at least most of your guys were lacrosse players, so they were used to gloves and sticks and helmets. That is it takes you a while to get used to looking through a face mask.
sure, yeah, and that's the thing. I think Coach Cap with USA, I think she's, kind of we're on the same page with that. Getting them accustomed to wearing the gear. Um, I mean, when I first put on my first slash guys, I was like, man, I should have been using this my whole career. I would have been unstoppable. Rib pads? What? I should have been wearing these my whole career. I would have been unstoppable. But field guys are so tough. They don't want to. No, man. Like I'm a big dude, but still, like if I played field right now and wear all the gear, you ain't taking the ball from me. I'm gonna get like 4 or 5 on you.
Love it.
Yeah, run through anything. But people just want to be acting tough and all that. So
Yeah, it is
whatever.
funny when you look at the attackmen or your middies that run up the field and they barely have the little pucks on their elbows, and you're like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
man,
the same way. I can't lie. I got cups. I don't wear anything. I wear ribs now and gloves and cups, but I got enough meat on me where we're good.
Beautiful thing. Yeti are winning.
Fucking right.
9-8.
I love it.
Yeah, Paul, I'm gonna try to come down Tuesday morning.
Okay,
Um,
that's what I was just curious. We're fired up. I got the word out to everybody. It's going to be a good, and please bring families. I was told to Johnny, if you're able to get there, bring the family down. Please bring down the Clinton Tractor family. If you guys are able to stop down there, it would be awesome to
that'd
the
be cool.
Catalona family. Would be great to see them there. It's going to be a special. Tony, I'm fired up for you. I'm so excited. I got an opportunity myself to talk to Coach Cap for 45 minutes at least, throughout the day. And, she's fired up. I know she's loving the Utica area. I'm excited myself to see the opportunity. The growth of the game is it's huge. I'm
I'll tell you what. Right now, I've only played with 6 or 7 goalies, maybe a little bit more, but she's probably top 2 that I've ever played with. Top 3, maybe. Top 2 for sure. Top top 3, yes, definitely top 2. She all
she's got
praises
that
due to
fire.
Coach Cap.
Her
She
fire
was an
burns
excellent
like
goalie.
ours. She seems
Excellent
like
goalie.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. I'd eat shots for her today.
yeah.
That's how much respect I got for Coach Cap. She's calculated. She knows what she's saying. She knows what she's doing. I mean, she. It's
There's a
probably the
reason why
best choice. It's the
she's
best
there's
choice
a
U.S.
reason why
lacrosse
she's
has
there.
made in
Yeah,
a long time. Hiring Coach Cap. It's a
yeah.
no-brainer for them to do that. I'm so happy they did that, and obviously, and here's the thing, like I didn't know she had such reverence for me all these years, right? And that's kind of how I got brought in. Um, yeah, I'm lucky. And then Crosby and the bridge, right? Patty. So, um, Yeah, no, that's why family is family, and I don't just introduce my mother to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like the,
Right.
the Yeti that know have all met my mother. And anybody that I meet that's family is gonna get my mom's number, um, because my mom, that she's everything to me. You know what I mean? She brought me into this world, and that's my number one. So yeah, Coach Cap, she has my mom's number. You know what I mean? That's like the first thing I did. So that's how much respect I have for her, and I hope she knows that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know talking to her, the fire that she has, I'm excited to see what she's able to give all these girls with the opportunity and yourself, the opportunity to be the first. You guys are going to be the first box women's lacrosse ever.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. That is so freaking awesome.
Well,
And I'm fired up, man. That's
here's
and it's in our
think
town.
think think about this, Paul. We talk about growing the game, and there hasn't been accessibility for women's box lacrosse here in the United States. Really, they just play with the boys.
Right.
Oh, this person's played with the boys. This played with. What about this whole demographic of people? Like that's really growing the game. Not in close to Canada and Watertown for like dudes. Nah, fuck that. That ain't growing the game. Growing the game to the whole demographic of people. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that's what it's about. Not just riding the coattails of like Utica Yeti lacrosse. You know what I'm saying? We had a vision. We're executing it. We're setting our goals. We're attaining goals, and now we just got to set new goals. So it's all happening, right? Coach Cap asked me when we were walking out, Tony, what are your goals? And I said, it's happening right now. And the more that I think about it, it's like, I woke up thinking like yesterday, like, um, yeah, we got to, we, you know, we, there's only so much you can do to react to the things that are happening now. But like, if we have the foresight, which we've always had, we'll be fine. All we have to do is win, Paul.
It's my
Win,
dream.
win. Don't talk about it. We got to be about it. So that's it. We just got to win. And we will.
There ain't no question. I'm fired up. That again, the amount
Yeah.
it's it, it's here. It's in front of us. Sky's the limit. What the fuck do you guys want? I know what you guys want. I know what I want. I'm confident that we're doing the right things. We're doing the things, we're growing it with the youth. We're pushing it for the girls. I'm fired up. Tomorrow we actually have a girl that she's actually coming to play with the group of boys. She played ice hockey with the boys, and she's coming to play box lacrosse. So I'm
Nice.
excited about that. She's wanting to be there, and that's why we're there. You want to know what? I don't care if there's 4 kids, there's 3 kids. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
The numbers aren't what they were last year, but it's a different year. You want to know what I'm loving is the fact that I get to be. It's more personalized. I love the fact of a smaller group. I haven't had a group where I knew every single kid's name just
Yeah.
because it was a small group and I could connect with these kids, and it was awesome. Yeah,
Here's what I saw with tryouts was the least dropped balls yet in all of tryouts. We didn't on the 2-man progression. There wasn't many drop balls, and usually it's fucking phew, 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 you know. Um, People are nervous. It's whatever. Their sticks aren't right. It's the first time they played, but no, it seemed like everybody's sticks were on, and only had a couple, and it wasn't enough to reprimand them at all with sprints or anything like that. Um, but that's the thing I saw was that there wasn't that many turnovers and giveaways. Um, we did rush the ball a bit on some, it was turned into a track meet a little bit during the scrimmage, and then some guys were holding on the ball really for a long time, and that's not box lacrosse. You need to tic tac toe, keep it hot, keep the box goalie moving side to side. So I think that's one thing we got to work on with our offense is not holding the ball too long. You only need to hold it 2 or 3 seconds. And I actually carved it into the practice plan for our tryout, but with the 4v4. But since we were kind of like pressed for time, we just moved it to 5-on-5. So either way, we're going to get to, more of a hot potato situation with our offense, but not too many passes because we'll just turn it over.
It's about finding that balance between enough passes to keep moving. Now you were talking about keeping the box goalie moving side to side. Now
Yeah.
that is more crucial than I think most people assume. Now, what is I mean, I'm sure it's because the more he moves, the easier it is to score, but you also want to keep him off his pipe and knowing where he is in the net.
Angles change. Angles change.
Just by sticking your
So
stick out. That's one thing. I don't know what guys call it, but the eyes of the stick, the face that your stick sees is different than where you're standing, and changing the angle
sure,
just from reaching out. That's one thing.
right.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's why being on defense, you always want to be up and in. If you're up and in, then you're eating the shot. You can read. You can actually stand up and eat the shot, or jump up, or squat down, right, and change their trajectory of the shot. I want my goalie to be able to see everything, and they should never not see the ball. If I screen my goalie, I fucked up. That's why there's a fine line on eating a shot and screening your goalie. But I'd rather eat the shot because I know I don't want my goalie to take it. You know what I mean? They're shooting a 90 mile an hour shot at my teammate.
yeah,
I want to eat that before that gets to my goalie, even though they got more pads.
that is
Because
one
then I
thing.
know where the rebound, and then I know where the rebound's going to be, and it's closer to the midline where I can get it onto the offensive zone than in the corner where I have to clear it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? But
perfect
that's just
sense.
the type of player I used to be. So that's the mentality I want my guys to have, or my warriors to have, uh, is not to be afraid to have an impact on what you're doing. It I shouldn't even have to eat your shot. I should be pressuring you enough where I dump the ball out or I take it from you. That's the mentality. Not just, oh, you do whatever you want and shoot it at me. You're my goalie. No, I should be all up in your business, in your pocket, and I should know how much change you got. You know.
Yeah. Now I just realized we've been doing this for an hour and a half, so it's past my bedtime here, but we got to wrap it up pretty soon. But
I was just gonna say the same thing. I gotta get ready to head out.
yeah, this I wanted to pause on this for a second because this is something that the Yeti have that not a lot of teams have. I mean, look at the family that shows up, you know, look how many Yeti jerseys you see just as people are walking around there.
Yeah.
You got people driving an hour, and that's just the people that live close to Utica. I mean, you guys got people driving from all over. I certainly appreciate being invited into the Yeti family. Thank you guys very much for all that you do.
Thanks for everything you do, Beach man. You do so much more than we could ask for.
Yeah, it's all part of it too.
Absolutely,
Love it.
dude. You're a vital part of our family, man. So appreciate that, man. Thanks,
Well,
dude.
I appreciate that.
That's
Makes me feel good. All right, Paul, sign us off.
Yeti Nation, my boys, coaches, I thank you very much for joining us tonight and kicking off 2023. Fellas, it's fucking here. We've done it. We're back. I'm fired up. I know Beecher's fired
Yeah.
up. I know the coaches are fired up. I'm ready to do this.
Oh,
I'm ready to get it going. I got tears in my eyes right now. I'm so fired up.
before we go though, Coach Tony, tell us a little bit about Allo and how people can reach out to you through Allo.
Yeah, so barbershop in Ithaca. We do like $15 kids cuts. If your kid doesn't want to cut, we're not gonna cut his hair. We're not into the traumatic experiences. We're not jail. We're not the army, and we're not concentration camp. So we want it to be a really good situation for you, comfortable and soothing. That's why aloe is the name. So if your kid doesn't want to cut, we're not going to cut his hair. So don't think that that's a thing. Um,
That's awesome.
$25 for a skin fade, unheard of in Ithaca. All right, so 22 for a regular men's cut, and we do beards too. Barber. If we offer hot towel shaves, we're real barber shop. So um, come get down with aloe. We're the spot. It's the only barber shop really. Like everybody's like they think they're barbers, but they're just cosmetology dudes saying they're barbers. We are a barber shop. Everybody else is a cosmetology shop. So yeah, we're the real deal.
You're the real deal there.
So there's no appointments, so just walk in, man. Christopher Walken, baby.
All right. I'm clipping the Facebook. It will be in the description of this video for anybody who wants it now. It's already I just updated it, so we're good to go. It'll be right at the top of the description for everybody. Anybody looking for aloe, there's the Facebook link. Please check it out. Help support Coach Tony and support
Let's go.
let's go everybody. Yeti Nation, until next week, thank you very
Hey,
much.
see
All
you,
right,
boys.
guys.
See you guys.
Appreciate you guys.